To experience peace does not mean that your life is always blissful. It means that you are capable of tapping into a blissful state of mind amidst the normal chaos of a hectic life. Jill Bottle Taylor. Standing in the office pantry, waiting for the water to finish boiling, you contemplate the possible side effects of your fourth cup of coffee for the day. It's late, and you can see the twinkling of the city lights outside. Hopefully, the caffeine will give you the boost you need to complete the final section of your report before any serious health concerns start to show up. You've been working all week on this project, and you just want it done and out of your life. Perhaps you have even developed a small disdain for the project. It's not the project's fault. It was just doing what projects do. But it found itself on your desk and has consumed the last 4 days of your life. But you know there's a job to be done, and that you'll feel good when you're finished. As you hear the mechanical click of the kettle and the bubbling of the water as it boils, you bring your attention back to the real world and make yourself a cup of strong coffee. As you sit down at your cubicle, your boss walks past and says that there were some errors made on a report by a colleague and she needs you to fix it by tonight. Your boss trusts you to do the job because you've shown that you can be a pretty meticulous worker, a trust you've come to find has its benefits and drawbacks. Before you can even take a sip of your hot coffee, your boss places the new report on your desk and says it should only take an hour or two. She walks away and leaves you frazzled. 2 extra hours wouldn't be the end of the world if you weren't already staying an extra hour for your current report. You've been telling yourself the whole afternoon that you just need to focus on finishing by 6 p.m. so you can get home in time for your partner's roast chicken. It's your favorite meal after a long day of work, and you just want to indulge on the couch watching a new Netflix show with your partner. For a few seconds, you feel overwhelmed and unprepared for this new task. You hadn't expected this turn of events, and there's no chance you can say no to your boss. This is an experience that many people have had in the working world. Whatever kind of work you do, whatever kind of office or working space you have, in every variation of this story, people have had to deal with an unpredictable world. Even if you're one of the lucky people that never had to stay late for work, you still need to navigate a rapidly developing and increasingly precarious world. Our technology is changing faster than we realize, and questions about surveillance and monopoly aren't quite fast enough to keep up. The digital landscape that was once dominated by fringe subcultures is now becoming an everyday marketplace, while we have to figure out what to do with our investments in this volatile market. When we turn on the news, there is always a tense situation between deeply polarized groups, whether at the international or individual level, threatening to disrupt an already disrupted world. Vitriol and division seem to be the new currency. As we enter a post-COVID world, we are doubting our essential systems and networks more than ever. Rising interest rates, spikes in oil and gas prices, power outages, overloaded hospitals, and political games that seem divorced from the reality of everyday people. All of this is playing out on a planet strained by pollution, and we're reminded all the time that we are teetering close to the edge of catastrophe. We live in a VUCA world, one that is volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. Not just at the global level, but in our personal and professional lives. Sometimes it feels like living in our own heads is a VUCA world. What many of us feel like we need is to be able to find some kind of peace in all this chaos, to be confident that we won't just unravel at the next sharp turn, and to ensure that when we take the time to enjoy the beautiful things that we have, we are fully present. This takes a mind that can weather the storm and be resilient. We experience external storms every day, like being asked to stay at the office when all we want to do is go home, or having to put 2 babies to sleep without exploding out of frustration. We also experience inner storms, when we tell ourselves that we aren't good enough or feel anxious and afraid of being in public. We sometimes have an immediate reaction to a situation and an emotion attached to it. It may feel like we can't control our reactions or emotions. But that control and that inner peace is what this book is about. This book is an accumulation of knowledge and techniques from multiple disciplines, backed by science and research, on how best to strengthen your mind and cope with a VUCA world. The past few years of the pandemic have made people realize how important resilience is, and many have taken their health and well-being more seriously than before. Mental strength is an important contribution to that conversation,